before anyone freaks out, I'm not driving. I got sun's out, guns out. I'm not driving, but I am in the car. So I'm going to wait for everybody to get here. Hopefully y'all can hear me. Said my internet was okay. But let me know when you got... Oh, Amber's here. Hey, cool gamer. I am not driving, though. I do want to give that disclaimer. I am not driving. I am sitting in a parking lot waiting for... Hey, Rena. I said I'm not driving, and Rena pops up. That's funny because, she would have yelled at me. But I'm waiting for my daughter to get out of softball. And... Hey, Tia, I pretty much have decided that I just live to drive kids around right now this summer to different sporting events. I can take those off. Oh, no, it's still too sunny. Hey, I'll be frank. I know, Rena. That's why I had to put a disclaimer that I was sitting in the car, not driving. So I do have a little bit of a funny story for you guys. So I've been super, hey, Scoop with Barb, super transparent about, I'm on ADHD med. We all know that I have really bad ADHD. Well, I forgot to take it today, which is ironic, I know. And I was just stopping to get gas. And when I stopped to get gas on the gas pump, they have like this little video thing that's on your, where you insert your card, but there's a video, and I don't know if it's supposed to be like funny videos or like, it was like different things that happen at a gas pump, like somebody, dumped something. I don't know really what it was, but I don't know how long I was standing there watching this video, and finally all of a sudden the guy was like, "Ma'am, are you all right? Like, are you hurt? Are you okay?" And I was like, "What?" And he's like, "Do you know where you are?" And I was like, "Oh, yeah. I'm just here getting gas. I know. I'm just watching the video." And then I explained, sorry, my ADD got the best of me. But hey, Danielle, it was quite funny and embarrassing at the same time. Maybe you had to be there, but it was kind of funny. So I will say that the video, whatever they had playing there, was really funny. But so a couple things. I'll be frank. So I shut it, Amber. So I mean, but it was their fault for putting a funny video out there. But anyways, I talked to Kaylee's mom today and told her I was going to update you all. There is no new updates, which is unfortunate. I've talked to Sleuth Mom, and because of her experience with this and stuff, and with these cases and sensitivity and kind of knowing how to handle things, we're going to interview Mom together. But there's just nothing. I have reason to believe. All right, Danielle. I have reason to believe that at some point she was on Facebook after she left, but that's not been confirmed. But I have some suspicions, and I did tell Mom and stuff. And Mom was thankful for that. But again, there seems to be no updates, and it's just terrible, because you have to tell, I'm asking Mom, and I'm like, "Hey, is there any new updates? I'm going to go and tell people about Kaylee and what's going on." And she's like, "No news." I can't imagine being a parent sitting there, just waiting. Thanks, I'll be frank. Yeah. Sleuth Mom tried to get me to do it over here, and okay, thank you, Rena. And I just really feel like more exposure can happen over there, and I just feel like it can be more controlled, as far as she is very sensitive to this type of case and stuff. So it's kind of like one of those things where you just learn from people that have been doing it more. Exactly, Rena. It's just terrible. I did say to Mom, I said, well, it could be good if she was on Facebook at some point, because then we know that she is able to see messages. My hope is that somebody isn't running her Facebook, if that makes sense. But I'm just trying to be supportive of Mom. Also, Olivia Fowler, I talked a little bit about her. Her aunt is in communication with me, and she is actually going to be coming on here as well. She was a mom that disappeared, that police tried to say that she took a break, but the aunt says there's no way. And based on what I've seen, again, social media tells you things, different things. It's just when I do that, I get lit. That can pose a different. But long story short is, uh, she had 3 kids, so they say they wouldn't leave 3 kids. No, Rena, no. But I am going to say one thing that was frustrating, and my heart broke for mom, and it's out there, so I feel like this is okay to say. Um, it's frustrating. So Kaylee was born with a different name, and I can say that now because it is all over in the articles. The police released it. She had a different name on birth. You can kind of imagine why. Adoption. None of Kay. So that was something that none of Kaylee's friends or anything knew. No one knew it but Kaylee and her parents, and they have Danielle. So police have both the computer now and the phone. So when her parents, gave them the information and they got the information, it was evident that this wasn't a, a situation where birth or whatever birth parents took her or something like that. And I just felt really bad for her because that was something that was really like sacred to them, that I just wish it could have been kept. Yes, pointer lover. I wish it could have been kept in the DL. And the only reason I'm sharing that now is because the police, obviously, based on the fact that they have now let it out that she was born with a different name. I mean, yeah. So it is. Hey, Michelle K. I feel bad, because it's not just. I don't know. I just feel really bad for her parents. She did, thank goodness, Danielle, but it was not something that anyone else knew, at all. And when I saw that in, the police articles and stuff, I just reached out to mom because I thought I dreamed it. I fell asleep researching this case. I'm not even going to kid you. I fell asleep researching this case and then woke up and was like, wait a minute, did I dream that or was that true? So I just text mom and said, I'm really sorry, but I don't know if I went to sleep or and dream this or if this is reality. And she was very open and honest, but told me they had not none of her friends knew that. So I did, so pray for that too, because I think that's like a whole nother thing, when you're not dealing. Well, Dan, you'll have to remember Kaylee was homeschooled. So she did have some close friends. So Kaylee was homeschooled, and last year they had just moved to Georgia. So she did have friends in this like gamer. She rode horses a lot, a lot. She was very successful in riding horses, uh, and part of a club. But the as far as friends, they've tried all of her contacts, and they've gone back into everybody that, yeah, she was Danielle. Everybody that she had talked to up until that point, it's been dead ends. I just wish there was something. I just wish there was something for mom and dad, just to give them a little glimpse of an idea, that an idea. I mean, it's similar to Dylan Round's case, But so when you see that in the police articles now that they've released it, that is the case. That is why it says that about um her birth name. It's just worded really weird, and I just don't like how it's worded, and I just feel bad that it was outed that way. And I understand, police said she might be going by that name, but her parents said she absolutely hated that name, so it would be a really long shot that she would be. And I just felt bad for her. So Um, so when you see that, that's why. Uh, I am thankful that Kaylee knew, so she doesn't, at least find out this way. So no new updates on her, but Olivia Fowler, the mom that walked away, her aunt will be on. Her aunt has been a huge advocate for her nonstop, just trying to get people to listen to her, trying to get law enforcement to listen to her. She thinks there's some cover up happening. I haven't been able to go deep dive with her that much yet, but we'll see. And I don't know what put me on a rabbit hole. We're also at some point, can you remember? Yeah, she was last seen June 14th when she went to bed. So I was wrong. They didn't see her on a ring cam or anything. They last saw her when she went to bed on June 14th between 11 and 7. And if you remember, they took her phone Monday night away. So she did not have a phone all day Tuesday. So to me, I would think the only way she would have communicated would have been the Chromebook, unless she had already had a plan. So, we're gonna talk at some point too about the Jason. I think it's Cal. I don't know how you say last name. Keller case. Uh, I have seen so many cases lately where the dad or mom or whatever have just taken out their whole family, like with a if you can't have me, no one can mentality. And I don't know how I struggled on or stumbled on these pages of moms that have lost their children within the last like last year or something, of where they've tried to get help and they've tried to get restraining orders, and it doesn't happen. And then, they take their child to their dads because they have to. And oh, I know, I'll be frank, they are distressed. They're just trying to hold on to anything. Just a little glimpse of like, yeah, she could be here with this person. Um, but yeah, so Jason I don't know how to say his name, Keller or something. He was the one that mom dropped the 3 kids off because she was supposed to. And when she came, he had drowned all 3 kids. And then I was reading another story about a little boy that passed in August of last year. Mom was about to get full custody, but she had to take him to dad. She was just waiting for it to finally go through, but she wanted to make sure she did everything right. Hey, Solo, so that she didn't risk anything. And she couldn't get a hold of him, the dad. And the cops brought her for a well check, and then the cop made her go inside. So she went inside. And then, Tia, and then when she got inside, her son was shot, as was the dad. And I just all of a sudden, like, 3 cases just kept piling in of these, like, I can't have you, no one's going to have you, or I want to hurt you enough that I'm going to do this to you. It's just insane. It is really insane. It's oh my gosh, Danielle, yes, I believe it was, what was it, in Virginia today? A dad forgot his kid in the hot car, and when he realized it finally, what he had done, he called and said, he's in the car, or called 911. And then dad was like, just went right out and took his own life. It's just sad. And let's address the elephant in the room. I don't know if it's really an elephant or whatever. Everybody's talking about it. The YouTuber Doug, if you guys remember him, I don't know, like, I don't know a lot about him. I know he came onto the scene when he was with the Gabby Petito case. Like, he did a lot going there and stuff for the Gabby Petito case. Apparently, he has a long history with another YouTuber. They said it was possibly like the name was possibly like Stern Stan or something, but I'd have to verify that. Uh, Apparently, hey, Sleuth Mom, they have had a long history in words. And so I guess this guy, Doug, was in his car, and the suspect, who is the other YouTuber, showed up and reached across, hey, Sleuth, uh, pulled him out, and they got into a fight. But during the time, Doug, I think, went into, I believe, cardiac arrest or something along those lines. And when by the time medics got there, they had to do life saving, and he is recovering and awake in ICU. But what I have seen is tons of posts of people saying, well, now you see like what's going to happen, or this is why I need to protect, something like all this stuff, right? And but I'm seeing these things, people saying this, hey Sam, from people who have gone at other people, if that makes sense. Like what did you all, and not you guys in the chat here, but what did what did you think was going to happen? Like apparently too on Facebook Live, a murder was committed by some guy that didn't like him from social media. Like it was only a matter of time. Now, granted, it sounded like Doug and Stern Stan or whoever had a long history. Um, but this is what's going to happen if we keep like engaging in it nonstop. My daughter's texting me. She's at practice. Why is she texting me? If we, in my opinion, if we continue to go tit for tat, and none of us are innocent, you know, I enjoy that I rarely know much of the drama. I'm always behind because I can't keep up with who likes who on a certain day. But so even if, so say, okay, say I'll be Frank and I didn't like each other, right? We were both, Doug has a pacemaker, Pointer Lover. I wondered. So I'll be Frank and I, we don't like each other. Not in real life, hypothetically. Okay. And we're going back and forth, back and forth. Well, how do I know that one of I'll be Frank's subs isn't going to go nuts and come find me and hurt me? Like, that's the problem with continuing to go back and forth like this, is that it's not just the YouTubers you've got to worry about. It's like, we've seen some pretty unstable subs. You know, I just think we have to just kind of look at it now and go, okay, well, it's kind of, hey, Chris Gideon. Yeah, exactly, Danielle. It's kind of like inevitable, and it stinks, and it's, I know, I'll be frank, your 54 subs are crazy. And I just think there's so much ugliness right now in the world that no one needs to deal with the hate on YouTube, in my opinion. There's bigger things, you know. There's Uvalde, for instance. I posted a video. I don't know if you guys saw it. Or I posted a post about it. So Mr. Reyes, right? He was a teacher. He's out of the hospital now, but he finally shared his story. Exactly, LFT. So he finally shared some of his story, and so he's the man that had all of his children killed in the classroom. He told them all to pretend to be sleeping. Well, he said that the gunman was nervous and breathing heavy. You could tell. He said he kept coughing, like he realized like he had done a really bad thing, but was so far committed at that point. And he was shot once, and he was laying on the floor, and he said all he knew what to do was to just, like he told his kids, uh, exactly, Pointer Lover, to play dead. But what he had to endure, so when the shooter got up, he said the shooter kept going back and forth to his table and his desk and was definitely nervous and agitated. Hey, Gold Star Mom. The shooter wanted to make sure he was dead. So he nudged him with his gun. The guy had no reaction. He took water and dumped it all over his back. He had to have no reaction. Keep in mind, he was already shot. I can take this off now. Keep in mind, he was already shot. Nope, can't. And the worst part was that there was a pool of blood near him. This part just, which you can imagine, exactly solo, was probably, you know, you get it. The shooter scooped up out of the pool of blood and threw it all over his face to see if he would react, or the side of his head because he was face down. And then he had to not react because he was playing dead. To make it even worse, as he was taunting him, then he came over to the teacher, shot him at close range, right in the back. And the teacher said he had to not react. He had to still pretend he was dead. Can you? He said, and he just waited. What in the world? And can you even imagine that? One sec, my daughter's phone is going nuts. Okay, sorry. I'm like, she's at practice. Yeah, that's the thing. It's just really terrible. I can't imagine. I mean, that guy's a hero to make it through that. My subs have got her. I'll be frank. Yeah. So I'm probably gonna have Sleuth Mom help me too with Olivia Fowler's case too with the aunt. I just like I'm getting used to this advocacy thing, and I just don't want to like make it worse, for families. So I think it's better for me to learn how to properly handle the families before like I mean, look at YouTube right now. We've seen what happens when certain like people like get involved and can absolutely destroy a case. So I think like I don't know, I'm of the mindset, I'm just rambling now, of like we all have stuff to learn. So why not learn from people who have done it before and then slowly work your way into it? Yeah, we all know, we've seen on these streets where cases can get sleuth bomb. People can ruin and destroy these cases. And I don't want to do that. So, but if you guys can just please keep thinking of Kaylee, or if you think of anybody, that I don't know, it's really hard. I don't even know the answer at this point because it just feels so like a little bit lost with no leads or anything. And I'm praying that, oh, yeah, I am praying that no one else has access to her Facebook and just she does. Oh my gosh, you too. And there is some people that have said they can help and stuff. I'm just being really protective too. I'm trying not to like give out information, just I don't know. I would like to not damage cases if that makes sense. But I do think that I do think that there is, what's the word I'm looking for? Like an advantage, or there can be benefits. We've seen like cases solved before through web sleuths or whatever you want to call them, or through people using platforms. And I do think there's a place for that, but I think people have to be sensitive to that. Sleuth Mom, I was going to ask you, is there any updates whatsoever about, oh yeah, Punkette? Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Are you going to sue me for talking about Uvalde and making you punch your hand? I just need to know right now, because I don't really have anything, so I'm just going to tell you that up front. Everything I have goes right to my children because they just milk it right out of me. I am so sorry that happened, Punkette. Yeah, exactly, Solo. Exactly. And the family, and I even told Mom, I said, look, the last thing you need is any drama that goes along with anything like this. And she said, hey, Bones. And all right, thanks, Punkette. Punkette, we could probably sue YouTube, maybe. I don't know. And she was like, no, we don't. So yeah, it's just, I think you just have to be really sensitive to that, because look at the Dylan Rounds case now is going nuts, and so much focus is being taken off of Dylan. It's just really tragic. Sleuth Mom, any updates on Aiden? I sensed his poor mother was extremely frustrated and seemed, I mean, obviously she's very down because her son is missing, but she seemed just like he's not getting enough attention. She's now scared, I believe, to use any sort of a private investigator, hence because of what, the Dylan mess. But have you heard anything, Sleuth Mom, about Aiden? And if I see one more person put that him and Dylan ran away together, I'm quitting life. Hey, Pamela, because I doubt that Aiden waited a month in the mountains with no food or water for Dylan. I'm just saying. Hey, Gen 8. Pamela sent me a picture of her pool. I'm not even joking you right now. It was terrible. It was funny and terrible all at the same time. What did I just see? Oh, you know what though, Sleuth Mom? I thought I saw Aiden's mom was doing another. Whoa! I'll be frank. You're kidding me. Yeah, right, Pamela. No, it was very funny. So Dylan's neighbor has been arrested on a firearms felony. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, and then I saw another title that said Frank Wadsworth, or not Frank, oh my goodness, Kurt Wadsworth is a liar, but you just never know. Yeah, exactly, Sleuth Mom. And that's unfortunate. No, that part is fortunate, but unfortunately, she wants Aiden to be able to have the attention, but because of what's happened with the Dylan case, now she's afraid to get him the attention, which you can't say that you blame her. But I did see they were going to do some sort of it almost sounded like an overnight type search. So, yeah, Frank, I called Frank Wadsworth. He's Kurt's brother. Oh, somebody's going to clip that. Yeah, Pamela, we were just talking about that. It's just absolutely devastating and heartbreaking. It's yeah. I hope it's an eye opener for people, but I just don't know if it's going to be. And well, Sleuth Mom just had an experience where her mods and stuff were getting calls during the middle of the night. It's really nuts. It's really nuts, guys. YouTube is not that important. Not that important. Yeah, Pamela. Oh, Sleuth Mom, was I supposed to say that? If I wasn't, yell at me later. Yeah, I believe her mods and a couple of her very, very frequent loyal subs got calls several times. And that is trying to find her. And that is very scary. It's just crazy. Yeah, I probably just ruined some huge investigation. Does Aiden's mom have resorted? I'm not sure what you mean, Sam. I think Aiden's mom's a little bit scared of, well, look at I mean, regardless of how you feel about Candace Dillon's mom, I mean, every little thing of her life, her past, present, has been revealed and dragged through the mud. And I think that Aiden's mom is like, whoa, I, oh, oh no, no, Sam. And I think the mom is just like, oh my gosh, Ringo, like, I mean, can you blame her? Yeah, Sam, she has so there's one, I can't remember, it was like called Rebel something, Rebel Rock or something, that was helping her with the searches. And she had a really good rapport with Sleuth Mom, and was very open and honest. But I think with everything that's happened now, yeah, she's scared, and you can't blame her. But I think uh, I think then now she's frustrated because he's not getting the attention she wishes he has, and it really does stink, you know. Because I mean, Dylan's case has turned into such a train wreck that it's just. Oh wait, what does Sleuth Mom say? Oh my gosh. Jim saying, oh my gosh. How did I miss that, Sleuth? That's crazy. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, I better go get my daughter from practice here. She'll need a ride, I guess, because that's what I'm good for. But I'll keep you updated on Kaylee, and we'll let you know when we, have a chance to get mom, and also Olivia Fowler's aunt um, needs help and is going to be on as well at some point here. Yeah, and she did Gold Star Mom. She had a really open, honest interview with Sleuth Mom. I think she's just more scared of the going real life and stuff, that it's just crazy. But all right, we'll pray for Kaylee, and hopefully we get something soon. I'll talk to you guys soon. Kaylee Mom said tomorrow afternoon. Okay, Sleuth Mom, tomorrow afternoon is perfect for me. Text me. Text me. Mom taxi, right, Sam? You guys are awesome. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.